Hello students, welcome to online classes. I am Bhavani, Department of Commerce and Management. Today we are going to handle the topic training and development for 3rd BBA 6th semester students. Let me give a brief introduction to our syllabus. Unit 1, Introduction to Training and Development. In this unit, we discuss the following topics. First one is introduction, next meaning of training, need for training, importance of training, objectives of training, and responsibility of training. Unit 2, Steps in Training Programs. In this unit, we discuss the following topics like steps in training programs, training policy, training courses, support material for training, training period, training for different employees. Next one, Unit 3, Training Methods. In this unit, we covered on-the-job training, vestibular training, training by experienced workmen, training by supervisors, demonstrations and examples, simulation, apprenticeship, lectures, conference method, seminar or team discussion, case studies, role playing, programmed instruction, T group training, audio visual aids, and retraining. Unit 4, Development. In this unit, we covered introduction, importance of development, management development, purpose and objectives of development, stages in development programs, components of development programs, and factors inhibiting development. Unit 5, Coaching and Counseling. In this unit, we discuss the following topics: coaching and counseling, methods, management syndicate, incident process, in basket, sensitivity counseling, special projects, committee assignment, conferences, and management games. So this is all about our syllabus for related to this semester. Let's start our topic, Introduction to Training and Development. Training and development contains two words. One is training and another one is development. As you all know that training is very important for running the organization effectively. For example, if you take some examples in our day life, if you want to become a singer, we will train for it. At the same time, if you want to become a doctor, then we will train on a specific field related to that. As the same rule is applied to the organization also. Once if the organization selecting employees, it doesn't guarantee they perform effectively. Even high potential employees can't do their jobs if they don't know what to do and how to do it. Making sure your employees do know what to do and how to do it is the purpose of orientation and training. HR department usually designs a company's orientation and training programs. Meaning of training. Training is the process for providing required skills to the employee for doing the job effectively, skillfully, and qualitatively. In simple words, to provide ability to the employee to perform a specific job is called training. Next one, development. Development means improve the overall effectiveness of the employee at their current posts and to prepare them for handling more responsibilities in the future. At the same time, it involves growth of an individual in all aspects like personality, maturity, etc. Introduction to Training and Development. First of all, training and development is a subsystem of an organization. For any organization to perpetuate itself and achieve growth, there is a basic need for developing its manpower resources. It is one thing to possess knowledge, but at another thing to put it to effective use. So it is very essential to help develop skills and also update the knowledge, because In rapid changing society, employee training and development is not only an activity that is desirable but also an activity that an organization must commit resources to maintain a viable and knowledgeable workforce. In today's competitive business environment, where everything seems to be fast moving, it is very much important for a person to be well aware and be prepared to face the future, um, which requires one to be more competitive and determined to take future challenges and risks. So, every organization can't successfully survive until and unless it is competitive and innovation and open to ideas in order to cope up with the changes and be well prepared for the future. Uh, Changes in the business environment have not only influenced consumers with regard to their lifestyles and behaviors, but they also had an impact on the employees in an organization. Every organization today wants its people to be more competitive and well informed. For example, in case an inadequate performance on the part of organization's employees will surely affect the organization's growth. So it is very much essential for an organization to train its employees to be more versatile and adaptable. Next one, concept of training. Training is a process of learning a sequence of programmed behavior. It is an application of knowledge. Training gives people an awareness of the rules and procedures to guide their behavior. Training attempts to improve their performance on the current job or prepare them for an intended job. Training brings about improvement in an employee and thus enabling him to make his contribution in greater measure in meeting the goals and objectives of the organization. Next one, importance of training. The following are the reasons why the training is necessary. First one is increased productivity. Next, higher employee morale, less supervision, less wastage, less adaptability. Easy adaptability, reduced labor turnover and absenteeism, employee development, health and safety, obsolescence prevention, and last one is personal growth. First one, increased productivity. Increased productivity means um, training improves the performance of employees. So it increases the skills and efficiency, which results in the better quantity and quality of production. A trained worker will handle missions carefully and will use the materials in an economic way. Next one, higher employee morale. Means a trained worker derives happiness and job satisfaction from his work. He feels happy when his performance is up to the mark. This is also gives him job security and ego satisfaction. The employees will properly look after a worker who performs well. So all these factors will improve employees' morale. Next one, less supervision. So the degree of supervision required to a trained worker will be less, because he will not be dependent upon the supervisor and may carry on his work himself only. At the same time, on the other hand, an untrained worker will need constant watch and he will require the guidance of the supervisor very often. A trained worker will be most disciplined and independent. He will not like any type of interference in his work and may not give any opportunity for the supervisor for the complaint. Next one, less wastage. Um, And untrained workers may waste more materials, damage machines and equipment, and may cause some accidents also. Accidents generally occur due to the deficiency in the operation and not in the machine. A trained worker will know the art of operating the machine properly. So, he will also use the materials and other equipment in a systematic way, causing less wastage. The control of various wastages will substantially reduce the manufacturing cost. Next one, easy adaptability. The technological advancements will require new approach to the work. The methods of work are constantly undergoing a change. So this will necessitate the adaptability of workers to changing work environment. A trained worker can be more adaptable to the changing work environment than an untrained employee. The present workers can easily learn new work techniques with a little bit of guidance. Next one, reduced labor turnover and absenteeism. Labor turnover and absenteeism are mainly due to job dissatisfaction. When a worker is properly trained, he will take keen interest in his job and can derive satisfaction from it. A satisfied person may not like to leave the job and try at a new place. Training helps reducing labor absenteeism by increasing job satisfaction among them. Next one, employee development. Training also helps in the development of employees. Um, it uh, it helps in locating talenting in them and then developing it to the maximum. The adaptability of a worker helps him in working on new and improved jobs. If a worker learns fast, then he will be able to develop his talent and improve performance. Training gives him the opportunity to show his work also. Next one, health and safety. Health and safety means proper training can help prevent industrial accidents. Safer work environment leads to more stable and mental attitudes on the part of employees. Managerial mental state would also improve. It supervisors know that they can better themselves through company design training programs. Next one, obsolescence prevention. Training programs foster the initiative and creativity of the employees and help to prevent manpower obsolescence, which may be due to age, temperament, or motivation, or the inability of a person to adapt him to technological changes. The last one is personal growth. Employees on a personal basis gain individually from their exposure to education experience in wider awareness and enlarged skill and enlightened philosophy and make enhanced personal growth possible. Next topic is need for training. The basic needs of training are as follows. Training helps to improve the quality of the product. At the same time, training improves the productivity. It helps to improve the health and safety of the employees. Training may help to prevent the industrial accidents. It helps a company to fulfill its future personal needs. Next, it makes employees more effective and productive. Training molds the employees' attitudes and help them to achieve a better cooperation with the company and greater loyalty to it. Next, training helps in reducing the dissatisfaction, complaints, grievances, and absenteeism. Every organization needs efficiency as such changes. At the same time, continuous training is necessary because of technical advances, organizational complexities, and human relations. And it enables the employees to develop and rise within the organization and increase their market value, earning power, and job security. Next one, objectives of training. The objectives of training is to improve the performance of employees' tasks. The objectives of training are as follows: to provide basic knowledge and skill to the newly joined people to perform the task as designed by the organization. Training improves the skills, efficiency, and productivity of the organization. At the same time, training creates specialization. Next one, um, training helps to maximum utilization of the given resources. Training increases the morale of the employees. Training promote the innovation. Training develop second and third line executives to strengthen the working links and levels. Next, training attain the objectives of the organization. Training avoid shortage of skilled laborers. Training increase the profits. At the same time, training mold the employee's attitude with the purpose of achieving better cooperation. At the same time, training motivates to the workforce. Um, Training meet the competition. At the same time, training helps to prevent the obsolescence. So these are the objectives of training. Thank you.